Hey YouTube, my name's ProdigyEyeGaming, and today we're going to be reviewing the all-new Outriders demo that came out yesterday, February 25th, 2021, and we're basically going to be talking about if it's even worth it, what were the problems that I've seen in the demo, because honestly, I really like this game. I want to see it succeed. I don't want it to become Anthem 2, if you know what I mean, but with that being said, let's get into the video. Alright, now, being that this is just a demo, I won't be talking about the story too much in this demo review. And really, this is really to talk about what they did right in the demo and what they did wrong in the demo, or some things I would like to see tuned in for the real game release, and some things that I just have like a critique, like a personal critique for, like the dialogue, for example.
What are you doing?
I'm putting you back into cryo until MedLab can save your fucking life.
I'm just smoking up the mud and shit. I've been asleep for God knows how many years.
31 years. So for 31 years, I've been seeing people fight and die while you were getting comfy in cryo. So excuse me for not throwing you a little welcome party.
Now, if there's one thing that I can give to this game, granted, I'm playing this on the PS5, of course. This game is visually stunning. The moment I got into the game and the moment I looked at the characters, it gave me a sort of realistic vibe, or at least realistic in a virtual sense. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just felt good. It looked right. The lighting was beautiful. Didn't have to change the settings at all, although I should in the future. It just was amazing to look at. It reminded me of games such as Horizon Zero Dawn almost, with its graphic quality. Now, it's also worth noting I was playing this on a 4K LG TV, and on my PlayStation 5 I had performance mode on, so it wasn't even at its full capability in terms of resolution and how good it looked. So it could have been better as well, but for what it was, still, it was definitely great. At the beginning of the game, you get very limited choices on your customization options for your character. You get the things like the face customization, skin color, eye color, hair and hair color, beards, markings, the basic stuff. It's good for what you need it for. You really don't need to go all out in terms of this customization, since the only time you'll really see your work is during cutscenes, which in the demo is very rare. Hopefully in the game there's a lot of cutscenes, but even then it's not anything really that great to look forward to or anything like that. To me personally, it's not that big of a deal, but to you or to many other people, this may be one of those things that kind of turn you off a little bit. Getting into the gameplay portion of the review, let's start talking about the gunplay first. It feels like I'm playing a older school game like Max Payne or Saint Row, and that's not really a bad thing. I honestly, I came into it thinking that it would feel more like The Division, or it would feel more like Gears of War, which in a way it kind of feels like Gears of War, but not completely. It more has a connection to old school Max Payne games, with the vision based wall-to-wall cover mechanic and the abilities similar to Anthem or Destiny. It really has a nice mixture of things. Almost like it took a whole bunch of good from other games and made it all into a collage of one really good thing. I will say, in the beginning, it feels a little bit clunky. I mean, granted, the only third-person game that I've been playing within the last, let's say, year or so has to have been either The Division or Gears 5. Other than that, it's fairly limited to years upon years in my past where I last picked up a game similar to this. But even then, it still kind of feels good in its own way. After a while, you'll get used to it. In this game, you all have the choice of 4 different classes: the Technomancer, the Pyromancer, the Trickster, and the Devastator, each specializing in their own different capabilities and strengths and weaknesses that they all seem to have. For example, the Technomancer is really good at long range DPS and pretty much just making sure that you can just be a support role to your squad. And then there's the Devastator, which on the other hand is literally the one that rushes in, takes a lot of damage, and deals it just the same. At the time of making this video, I only used 2 of these classes, the Technomancer and the Trickster, and I will say that they both feel really good. Later in the month, I will be using all of the classes, but for what I have right now, the Technomancer is probably my favorite class to go to, and I can't wait until the game comes out so I can use things like heavy weapons like a minigun or a rocket launcher. And with the Trickster, it's pretty much, it feels almost as if I'm playing Borderlands but in third person with some of these. Like the commander would be the Technomancer and the Trickster would be Maya, in a sense, if you know what I mean, if you ever played Borderlands 2. But it feels really good for what I've seen so far, and I really hope that it stays this path. Now, the game also comes with a skill tree where you choose a whole bunch of pathways that lead to different skill bonuses, and it basically just helps you in the game become more deadly and better in general. Although this is just a demo, let's talk about the story for a little bit. For what they've shown so far, it really leaves me wanting to know more. It really leaves me hyped to see what's going to happen next in the story. Where does that signal lead? How do we get to those places that we've seen in the trailer? The basic stuff of how you feel when you see a world that you really want to get immersed in. But other than that, I just really hope they don't mess it up. Destiny really didn't have the best launch in terms of its story, and it struggled with that up until now. Like, it still deals with that to this day. Borderlands is one of those looter shooters that really do good with showing you the story and making you feel like you're a part of this crazy world. I hope that this does the same, to be honest. I really hope that they treat this game and its story with the level of respect they want from making this game and all. But other than that, that's pretty much it for the review. I will be making more videos based on probably the classes, more in depth about the classes, and I will be making a video on the weapons that we see. If there's anything more that I find, I really don't think there will be, but on the weapons that we see, and I will be making a review on the full game when the game comes out on April 1st. But that being said, that's all for the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and until then, peace.